We're glad to meet you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for this week's last edition of News Online on your Pan-African television, Afrique Media. Let's begin this day in the Gabon Guidance Council of the National Agency of Great Works on the nation's official headline. The fifth meeting of the advisory board of the ANGT was held on November 14 under the chairmanship of the head of state, Ali Bongo Dima, in the presence of Prime Minister Raymond Sima and several ministers, cabinet members, and presidential CEOs of budgetary and financial departments. The head of state expressed his appreciations for the work done in the 2 years since the creation of these essential tools for the implementation of the Gabon's emergence and congratulated the General Director, Henry Ohayong, and his team. The briefing and counseling was also an opportunity to measure the impact and structuring methodology built by ANGT Delegated Contracting Authority for major projects in their amount and their complexity in all departments. On the headline of the Nigerian official web page, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan describes the former military head of state, General Abdul Salami Alhaji Abubakar, as a lover, builder, friend, and champion of democracy, as a patriot, statesman, and a bridge builder. President Jonathan stated this when he spoke on Wednesday, November 14 in Abuja at the book Representations of the Times and Legacy of Former Head of State General Alhaji Abubakar, titled The Liberal and Evolution to Stable Democracy in Nigeria, written by Abdullahi Mudibo Umar. The president, who was represented by the nation's Vice President Ak Mohamed Namadi Sambo, and the occasion noted that the former head of state against all odds midwifed the successful return of Nigeria to democracy in 1999. On Equatorial Guinea's official web page, the United Nations and the CAF Unite for Peace in Central Africa. Representatives from both institutions signed a protocol agreement to promote peace and prevent conflict in Central Africa. The heroic event is one of the last activities that was organized on the occasion of the celebration of the 8th edition of the Women's African Cup of Nations held in Malabo and Bata between October 28 and November 11. The signing of the protocol agreement between the United Nations and the Confederation of African Football took place in the late office organizations at the Malabo Hilton Hotel. However, the ceremony was conducted by Abu Musa, Special Representative of the Secretary General of the United Nations in Central Africa, and by Issa Yahatu, President of the CAF. Equatorial Guinea finally official webpage announces that the ACP summit will be held for 4 days. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed that the 7th summit of head of state and government of the African, Caribbean and Pacific group will be held from December 10 to 14 in Malabo. The Association of the ACP states was established to coordinate the activities of the country during the 1975 Lomé Convention. Following the Georgetown Agreement in 2003, one of the main bodies of the ACP in Summit of Head of State and Government, which dedicated the general political guidelines of the associations. The agreement of this meeting has been ongoing for several months to the point that the organization's Secretary General Mohamed Chambers was received earlier this year by His Excellency President Obiang Mambasogo. Meanwhile, the previous ACP summit was held in Ghana in 2008. Official webpage states that the Republic of Congo and the Federal Republic of Russia signed in Morocco on November 13 an agreement on the reconstruction of the Russian pipeline between the south and the department of Saga North. The work was set to be carried out in 2 stages. Within 3 years, the pipeline will supply the northern part of Congo petroleum products, because although populations of oil-producing countries, the Congolese have enormous difficulties to supply petroleum products due to the lack of transport facilities. The railway Congo Ocean, which ensures the delivery of this product between Brazzaville and Pointe Noire, are presently faced with many transport problems. Over to Burundi, meeting of the Minister of Public Services, Labor and Social Security, along with a union representative to discuss the status of the national public administration reforms and wage policy. In a remark, the minister told the participants that the PNRA is a great tool that has opened the way to attack the evil and truth. Up till now, the Burundian administration, namely certain dysfunctions related to the country's recent past, the socio-political crisis which prevented her from returning to an efficient administration. However, the minister went on to praise the close collaboration that has characterized the social partners, especially during the validation of the PNRA on the 30th of March 2012. Let's end this edition in Zimbabwe. The nation's tourism authority is leading a sightseeing and hospitality industry delegation to exhibit an Asia's biggest professional travel and tourism exposition, the China International Travel Mart. The exhibition will open today at the Saga New International Exhibition Center and is reported to end on November 18. On November 14, the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority Head of Corporate and Communications, Mr. Saga Chagonza, reported that the CITM was important to the extent that countries scrambled for exhibition places. Here we ended this week's edition, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being us. I pray you to stay connected to the Pan African Television for more programs. We keep in touch.